Hello, my name is Jenna Buchman, and I'm here today to talk to you about legalizing gay adoption in America. My hope is that this information provided will legalize gay adoption across the world, but especially in Florida, where it's the only state that bans gay adoption 100%, which keeps thousands of orphans from being adopted every year. I currently work for an adoption agency in Central Florida, where I've seen firsthand what being an orphan does to children today and to their futures. They believe that they've been completely forgotten about and that no one loves them. Although we are just starting to hear about gay adoption alongside with the gay marriage epidemic, this has been a major political issue since 1924. Those who are against gay marriage are usually against gay adoption as well, because they despise the gay and lesbian community completely. I can understand why someone would be against gay marriage, because it is a holy union before God. However, in James chapter 1:27, God's word says, "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans in their distress and to keep them from being polluted from the world." So wisdom would dictate permitting more people, regardless of their preferences, to adopt is honoring God's word. Clearly, gay adoption and gay marriage are not one and the same, and they don't go hand in hand. Society tends to think that if children are raised by gays and lesbians, that they'll grow up different, they'll grow up lacking life skills, and that they'll be at a disadvantage. With hundreds of hours spent doing research, studies shows that yes, there are some differences, but who said differences were a bad thing? Boys with two moms tend to be less aggressive, making them easier to educate and easier to befriend. They're not as aggressive, and they're not nearly as much competition as boys of heterosexual families. Girls with two dads tend to hold themselves to a very high standard. They aspire to be doctors, lawyers, and CEOs. Kids in gay and lesbian families are also more open-minded. They accept people for who they are. They don't question people's choices as much as heterosexual people do. They're just more open-minded, and I think that's a major plus considering how big bullying is right now and how many people have lost their lives from being picked on and just made fun of all the time. So being more open-minded, I think, is a major plus in society today. Studies show that if a child is questioning who they are, if maybe they are a lesbian or are gay, they don't hold that in families where gays and lesbians are present. Whereas in a heterosexual family, children tend to keep that stuff in the closet and grow up and marry someone just to get their parents' approval. Whereas with gays and lesbians, their children, they know that they can be who they are and they can confide in their parents to accept them for who they are with less negativity as a result of it. A lot of people want to know, why do gays and lesbians want to adopt anyways? It's pretty simple. Becoming a parent was the best thing I ever did. And people just want to love someone. They want to pass down last names and help form someone into growing into being an adult. They want to be successful. They want the American dream. They want that sense of purpose. I'm responsible for someone. Someone needs me. I have to work to provide for someone. And that's not a bad thing. As you go to sleep tonight and you hug and kiss your spouse or your children goodnight, close your eyes and think for 1 second what it would be like to go to sleep with no hug and no kiss, not from anyone. No idea who's your mom or who's your dad, or if you have any brothers and sisters. There's a way bigger picture here at stake than gays and lesbians. It's giving these children someone to love them and someone to just make them feel like they are alive, like they have a life. I thank you so much for your time, and I hope and pray that this information might make you think differently.